My name's Chris Holden. This is my cooking show. But we're not cooking anything today, we're making homemade wine. Let's do this. Okay, first, what I'm going to show you now is where I'm going to make this wine. It's important for this thing to be above 70 degrees, 70 or above. For 30 days, we'll make your wine. And it's dark, and there's not a hot water heater in here. It's best to do it around the hot water heater, but if you can't have one like that, and I ain't got access to mine, but this here's got the heater into this place in it. It's off, and there's a thermometer in here. All right. See, let me put that. I don't know if you can you see it? It's about 75 degrees in there. It's important. And then everything I'm going to make with, I got it in here from yesterday. It's been here 24 hours getting this temperature. I think it makes the wine taste better if everything is simple as possible and path of least resistance, because yeast is living organism. And that's how life works. But this here, I've got 3 of apple and 3 of cherry. It's going to make 4 of apple and 4 of cherry, because each set of these makes 4. And I'll show you that over here at the table now. Okay, so the first thing you have to do with any of this, these have been cleaned. Thanks to my good friend Katie, she offered me some empty jugs, because I ain't made wine in a little bit. But what we're going to do is measure 2 cups out of each one of these. Now I've got measuring cups. That's what I just thought of this. I got measuring cups for 1 cup. I got one with a half cup. That's the 1.5 cups is for the sugar. We're going to take 2 cups out of each one of these so it makes a head, or else it'll explode. Gives it room to bubble. It's going to bubble. And I guess right up front, the recipe for this thing, the formula for it is 1 cup, 1 quart, 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. 1 cup sugar to 1 quart liquid to 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. Some people get mixed up because you're going to make a half gallon. It's going to be a gallon and a half is what it should be for each one of these. No, it'll be 3/4 gallons times 4 is 2 gallons of wine. So yeah, 6 of these makes 4 quarts. Anyway, we're going to get started on that. What I'm going to do is take my good old funnel here, and I'm going to put them in separate jugs. This here's 2 cups. And I just thought of that. But what I want to do is go ahead. I'm going to put sugar in that thing. So I'm just going to do this. This is 1 cup. So shaky hands. That's 1. That's 2 out of that one. Nope. I'm so bad with lids. Man, I can't, back in my drinking days, it was murder. I just throw them away. Shoot lolly. And this stuff, man, it's Papa's old recipe. And like I was gonna say about, Papa one time, his Papa made like a gallon of it and put it in the back of an old Chevy in a 90-degree day, and in 3 days he had wine. Oh, we're not gonna do that. The whole thing is, it takes 30 days. You put it up, you don't look at it. You don't want light to hit it. You don't want to shake it up or mess it around. You want the yeast to do the work. And I'm putting them caps on real tight. We're gonna put them on loose here in a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. Come on, I'm gonna do one handed here. They sell these at any store you can get on. I love it. I love this whole thing. They're sterile anyway. So they make the container. You can buy the container it comes with, and then instead of buying a $5 apparatus off of Amazon, or even trying to go hunt down rubber gloves these days. Kids' balloons even, I don't know, I ain't looked for them. But this here, man, did I just pour 3 of them? No. Oh no! Alright, so this will be the equivalent of this. And this. And this. If I had another jug, it would line up. Anyway, so that's going to that. I'm going to just make 3 for you here, and then I'll make the other apple later. So now we're going to take this to put the sugar in. It pours a lot easier in this funnel. And I got the caps on them too because it keeps anything in the dust or anything from getting into it. So now we're just going to go back and put you here. Wait a minute. Hang on. See, there's where it'll clog up. Should be good to go. Oh. Here's one I learned the hard way. If I can get to roll up. Oh, it's one of them. And then double it. Just roll that sucker on up. Twist it. Opposite direction. Push it through there with your good finger. Clean. Now, this is going to call for 1 1/2. Are there black specks in my sugar? This is one. There's 1.5 quarts. That's what I was trying to say. It's a half gallon. It's 1.5 quarts of stuff. So you're going to add 1/2 cup sugar. So we're going to take. Tell you what, I got a sugar spoon here. Just trying to double hand this. Just even across the top. It ain't got to be so precise, but I like consistency. So there's a cup. And there's the cool, I'm using this, I brought a 1/2 cup out. This thing's got a 1/2 cup thing. I'm so impressed. Yeah, I moved into this new apartment and a bunch of stuff came with it. So there's, I'm going to take a little bit of that out. 1/2 cup. I like this because then I don't have to stop. I don't got to have it too full. As long as it's moving, it's going in there. Yeah, this old man years ago, Papa, he's got a YouTube channel called Doing It Cheap. I hadn't watched it in a long time. But yeah, he's real good. He used to do a lot of, go to Harbor Freight. But he lives in Tennessee. So I've not been to see him, but boy, that'd be cool one day. I do it different. I'm more deliberate. He'll pour it all in, use a stick, put it up for our day. All this would be unnecessary. Okay, put you there. You can go in here and take a cut. And a little bit. Yep. My ADD will not let me hardly keep track, but I'm not messed it up so far. I thought I was putting sugar in that other one. So when you get knocked in the head so many times, it can be a 10-second Timothy type deal on some days, but I'll be alright. Lid on that. Rotate your stock. Oh! There we go. Cut and Now what I'm going to do is shake this up. See, Papa just put it all in at one time. You put the yeast in now. I don't know. I get like the path that I like to take and make it a good time for the yeast, because you're just creating an environment where they eat the sugar and they poop alcohol. Because yeast is a living organism. Okay. Now the fun part. I shake it until I see all the sugar's gone, and it'll probably be 3 of these, about 10 seconds apiece. I didn't put any in that other one I got yet. I gotta put sugar in after this one. Isn't that empty? It's not empty, but my spare jug. Now, Papa, man, you can take water and do it the same way. 1 quart, 1 cup, 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, and you make wash. It'll come out about 9%, 10% alcohol. And I put Kool-Aid in it. I don't make it because it's really not that good. I'd rather do this. Cup and a half. Ooh, you know what I'm doing? Hang on. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm gonna make this one. The jugs are gonna have honey in them. About a 1/2 cup of honey to that 1 cup of sugar. I almost forgot, Katie. All right. That's why I got this sucker. I forgot I was gonna put couple of these jugs I'm going to make with it. I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of honey with it. It changes the flavor a little bit. It doesn't taste as good, but it boosts the alcohol level so to make you feel better about it. And you just really don't care for that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these lines here so I can squeeze it out. It's just easier that way than trying to get all that in a 1/2 cup thing in this small hole. So wish me luck. This ain't got to be so accurate, but okay, I'm gonna go bloop. Hell, that there's a 1/2 cup. That's it. Ooh. Yep. And a cup of sugar. Already got it poured. That's what's up. Okay. Papa said that you let some people they'll comment in his chat, or they'll comment in his on his channel about, well, I checked it in about a week or so and it just wasn't turning or something. I didn't know what happened. It was working fine and then it didn't turn. I'm like, well, he said, because you checked it. You need to leave it alone, forget about it for 30 days. It'll make in a week where you can drink it, but what it does, it settles. Just gonna put that on there for mess purposes. Butter. We were trying, she was right, 8 ounces is a cup, so 4 is half. Because I'm thinking those were 8-ounce sticks of butter, and they're not. Because, anyway, so we're going to shake this up. And see, there's still stuff in the bottom of those, so you got to shake it a couple times. I'll do all this before I do the yeast. I'll do this 1, 2, 3 for each one. It's called pitching the yeast. It just keeps it off the edges and gets it all in there, because if they're stuck to the edge, they get stuck and can't move. Because again, they're living organisms. They'll rise and fall. They'll rise and fall in this thing over 30 days, pooping and eating, pooping alcohol and eating sugar. And I want them to be happy. I want to give them the proper homeostasis they deserve, because that's how you make wine taste better. But I'm just trying to get that off the bottom here now. Plus, you want it the temperature you're going to make it at, because you don't want it hot. but you want the sugar to break down easier. You just put it in cold, you could do it. You're gonna kill your yeast. But you have that too, but it's wouldn't feed your dog nothing but bones. I think they would die. Well, they might not, but once in a while you gotta feed them good dog food. Anyway. Looking good. I'm gonna give it one more honest to goodness shake. Shake, shake, shake your booty. And so you could I'd say get the kids involved. This is fun, but no. I don't know if I never grow up. Am I still a kid? I know when I grow up, I want to be like Fry TV now. It's a good dude. Yep. Okay. So now we take the yeast, and here's the thing that Papa says, whether it's red or it's blue, whether it's fast acting or instant, it does not matter. You can make, this here is just regular old bacon yeast for all purpose, and it will make this stuff about 17 to 20% alcohol. Welch's juice, something about they put more sugar, it's better sugar. You can get 22% alcohol. Brewer's yeast will make more alcohol, but it's like racing yeast, like the GTO model yeast. I cut this thing like this so that it's easier to dip out of instead of the other way. But here's when I say 1 cup, 1 quart, 1/4 teaspoon. So we're making a gallon or 1.5 quarts. So to 1.5 quarts, you're going to put 1.5 cups of sugar, and you're going to put, oh come on, 1/4 teaspoon and 1/2 quarter. So it's 1/2, 1/2, 1/4 and 1/2 teaspoons is 2/3, but they don't make it 2/3. So, all right. So with that being said, we're going to take this lid off, and we're going to put. Come on, these are different for me, so it's like a learning curve here. I just get them even to the top of that thing is the 1/4 cup, and then I dip about halfway in, and it's a little, it's more than half. 1.5. And I'm going to put it in all of these, and you will see when I'm done. You smell that. This stuff, after 3 or 4 days, it puts off a real sweet, nice smelling. You know your wine's good. Cooking. You know your wine is making, it smells so good. It reminds me of old Mr. Sandage's grocery store in Donaldson, Arkansas. Back in the day. 1.5. Then this here should be 1 1/4 and 1/2 teaspoons. 1 pack basically makes 4 of these. There's about 1/2. There's a little bit left over, so what I'm going to do is just 1 for each one. It's really not going to make that big a difference. Now the caps are going on these, they won't never come off again. That's important. I've got so bad with lids that I've put it down and don't know what I've done with it. Thank you. Ha ha! Yep. That's all I want to shake them. This is what they call pitching the yeast. If you do it too much, it stresses them out. I've seen Papa just stir them with a stick. It's the same difference. You just want to get it off the edges and off the top of here. And like you can look in here, there's no yeast. It's all in there. Well, there's none around and you'll have that bubbling. Now, here's the important thing. Right now, if you just throw them in there, they'll explode. Here's the trick why you don't need a burper. It burps. It comes with them. I just make sure the cap is jiggly, but if you do this, that cap will pop up and down. I just a quarter turn, a little under a quarter. It's jiggly is the way I've been doing it. So I don't have to mess with all that. You hear them pop. This one's going to be a little different because it won't do that. It'll pop off. But I've got it where it'll take and to bring air back in. That's what I want. A little bit loose. Now we're going to place them in the closet. Let me get this open. Another thing I done forgot. Where's my magic marker? What's today? The 21st? 420. I'm going to go 521. That'd be 520 because there's only 30 days in, but anyway, it doesn't matter. 521. 521. 521. Now just set them in here. I used to have a cardboard box that I would cover it up with a cardboard lid that sit on top. And that's just keep the light off of it. But this here, I've got them spread out a little bit, so it's got, yeah, that's good. You don't want to do that when you pull it out. Look at that. It's okay. Just make sure it's not touching the sides, and we're going to good to go. I'll just leave it like that. It goes up and down, we're good. There you have it. So in 30 days, those are going to be good. And we're going to make a video about that in 30 days. Well, that being said, y'all have a great day. Love you. Working on a better tagline. Maybe later.